Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Pontus. Hello, Juan Toledano. Buenas noches. Very nice to see you here. How was your week and weekend so far? Tell me. Let me just, meanwhile, check some few things. Right, this is in order. And last thing, sorry. Okay, cool. And last thing. All right, yes. Everything is working. Okay, fantastic. All right. Long's done. Hola. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So, how it's been, guys? How are you doing? You say nothing here. Yeah, what? I can't hear you. What? No, don't hear anything. All right, so I like it seems to be lately I've been super busy and I had absolutely not a minute to spend on the where's my pen? Well, if I don't have a pen, I cannot paint. So that's gonna be a fun stream. Where are you? Huh. I have no idea where is my pen. So this is a new format of a stream. Looking for your pen. What? I found the bugger. Here it is. Okay. Quite a shame because it would have been a very fun stream. Ornella, hi. Welcome to the stream. Michael Jones, hello. MLP Alpha Pony. That is a fancy name. Hey, Thank you. Thanks for joining. Pontus, that is true. I could try with my finger. I'm a magician, you know. I can do magical things with my hands. But yeah, I rather paint with a pen. All right. Let's see. Here we are. So yes, like I was saying, I've been crazy busy once again this week, so I had no time at all to advance a little bit on this lovely tech priest. So I will continue with him today, and hopefully we can finish it, but I doubt it because I'm very tired, so I don't know how long I will manage to stay. Today I had a lecture as a speaker on an online event, and I had to present my lecture, and I was preparing all the things, ultimating the last things yesterday, and yeah, many other things. So I'm pretty sure they will post things on their YouTube channel. So this event was for free, by the way, but nevertheless, you will be able to see all the lectures, and I cannot praise enough how good some of these lectures were. So for you guys that are aspiring artists, I don't know who of you are professionals or want to make jump into it. I cannot encourage you enough to check these lectures. So the event is called Duck Ant. So that's their YouTube channel, has the same name. Just type that and you will find it, and they will publish the recordings of the lectures in some days. So yeah, you will be able to see them. The only thing is that you will not be able to access to all the awesome giveaways that they have been giving during the event. What's quite insane. But yeah, so I was giving a lecture about, of course, my absolute passion, which is visual narratives in art. So if you are interested, my lecture was about that, and it's in the same subject of my course at CGMA. So if you have wonder what is my course about, you can check this lecture and you will get a tiny bit of taste of what is all the course about. So yeah, remember with Duck Ant YouTube channel, you will have, I don't know when I will I don't think they know, but yeah, in maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow, and they will all the lectures be there. And the lectures are awesome. Not only the lectures themselves were fantastic, but the lecturers, they are over the top artists. Not just 2D, but a lot of sculptures, 3D sculptures, how do you say, cinematic directors and art directors. So it was very, very good, very high level. and my humble little presentation among all those fancy people. So yes. Oh, so many people, new people to the channel. Fimbulk, hey, hello, welcome. David Pa, hello, welcome back. Samuel Tomov, hello. V-Boy, salutes, welcome. And okay, so you are getting into business already, Samuel. A quick question, where can I start reading about the Warhammer lore? Both Warhammer and Age of Sigmar. Reading, you mean novels? Or if it's novels, I would say, of course, this is very very personal opinion, but I would say start with the Eisenhorn trilogy. And in case you have a more inclination for more military and war-oriented stuff, then the how is it called, the Ghost of Tanith? No, the Gaunt Ghosts. Yes. So, and it's a very big series of novels. That's where I would recommend. About Age of Sigmar, I have no clue. I'm sorry, I have no clue. Aha. I see. LMP. Another Alfarius nickname. I see. All right, all right. Yeah, Samuel. So novels. Eisenhorn trilogy. And if, once again, if you fancy a little bit more military stuff, then the Gaunt Ghost. I think that's the best. It is the best to get started. And overall, in my opinion. So, yeah. So yeah, that can't. Make sure to you check it out. Very, very, very insightful lectures. Some of them were like top notch. Very, very good. Okay, so let's focus. Okay. Last week, some of you suggested some few names for this character, but we didn't came into any conclusions. So it would be nice to come up with a name. So we said something with some Greek letter and some numbers, but then attached to a more normal name. So yeah, come on, guys. Give me some ideas. Yeah, maybe I actually did this on my in between streams, so I lied. Well, I didn't lie, I just didn't remember. But yeah, apparently I did a Servoskull. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, I also wanted to add, let me see. A reference from Paul Dayton that I really liked. and I wanted to check it up a little bit closely. Paul, where are you? Beep, 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 beep. Ah, here. Such a creepy guy. Can you can you see it, guys? Yeah. Yeah, this guy here. Yeah, he's a servitor, but just to get a feeling of this kind of nastiness of servitors and Mechanicus characters. Almost forgot. Let's record these as well. There you go. Ornella, you were not on the last stream. What exactly is a mecha priest? What that he does? Well, it's not mecha. It's a tech priest, but it is a faction within the Warhammer 40,000 universe, and is a religious cult that turns around the idea that they need to gather all the knowledge that there exists in the universe, a universe that is created by a god machine. And at the same time, they think the human flesh is imperfect, is not whole, so they think machines are wholly on themselves, and they have spirits and souls, and so they go fully mode into prosthetics and cybernetics. So they change their bodily parts into mechanical and cybernetic, to the point that sometimes they don't look human at all anymore. So this guy, in terms of augmentation, he is very, very low. You could have people that look more like insects, robotic cybernetic insects, but it will be a human brain inside. Yeah. And normally in these religious cults, the higher up you are, the more cybernetically enhanced you are. And at the same time, this cult, which is called the cult Mechanicus, they are in fact a huge political power within the human domains. So there is like the Imperium, which is the human empire, but there is this second empire that coexist at the same time, and they are allied. They are very, very tied together, but still is another political entity, which is the cult Mechanicus. And in a very simplified way, you could say they are the guys that control the technology. That create the manufacture things, the technology things, and they repair them and all these type of things. So to give you that as an idea. And this guy should be some kind of, we decided in previous streams that he would be some type of herald, perhaps, of diplomat, higher up diplomat, perhaps, something like that, or he just come to announce the arrival of big dignitaries and things like that. And they look very creepy. I mean, I have here in some of my references, I have some official art from it. This guy is also from the Mechanicus. Is also, you could say or argue, low level as well, because he's not very much augmented. But you have also these guys here and this guy here. So these are also from the same faction. So one of their mottos is the flesh is weak, I believe, or yeah. Cantabrian, hello, welcome back. Very happy to see you here. I have been chewing on the point you made last week about original interpretations designs. It's kind of an obvious point, but it often so overlooked. Cheer for bringing that up. I cannot remember what do you mean exactly? Which can you elaborate a little bit more? Sorry, it's just that I don't remember exactly what I said. Ornella, you're welcome. My pleasure. Feel free to ask anything. So, all right. Yeah. So we were with the Servoskull. So just to give you, for instance, an idea of the level of creepiness and things that they do, and this is just, I mean, overall in all the human empire, that they have rules against using very advanced artificial intelligence, because there was like a Terminator war many thousands of years ago, and almost exterminated all humanity. So since then, humanity has decided that they will ban the use of very advanced artificial intelligence. So in order to circumvent that, what they do is that they use people that might be close to dying or criminals, and they lobotomize them and use them as robots, so to speak. So like, for example, this guy is supposed to be, once upon a time, this was a person, but they use him just as a foundation to build some kind of machine, so probably lobotomized, and so it's some kind of in between artificial intelligence and enslaved people with cybernetics enhancements. And the same thing with the Servoskulls. This is like a very big trope from this universe. And in some cases, it's just using a skull as a shell, so to speak. But in some cases, there's actually a brain inside, and somebody that is somehow conscious, but is, again, there is nothing written in length about all these things, but you can assume that there is many different levels of Servoskulls and the things that they can do. So some that definitely show self-consciousness, and they and there is a person behind it, and they might use some kind of device to speak. And others will be just more like machines, but still using the brain as operating system. So yeah, very creepy stuff. Cantabrian. It was about how some fan art essentially recycles what already is. Not often does it try to add anything new per se. Aha, yeah. I see what you. Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. Again, let's see some. Yeah, you see some Servoskulls here. How are you, Pontus? If you are still here, how is it going with the new house? Is it almost done? Nice. All right, 2 months goes very fast. Still wanted to. I told you the other day, but at the end, yeah, nothing happened. But yeah, I just want to have some news I want to share with you. Yeah. But yeah, not on stream. It's secret. Yeah, Pontus, how is your art going? How are those Space Marines? By the way, I had about that I had to put in hold all the Space Marines tutorial thingy. Sadly, I'm getting actually quite frustrated that I'm being dragged into so many things, and I don't have any time. But yeah, how is it going with the Space Marines? And guys, you see, once again, one more time, no Discord thingy. have also finished the winter term on my course. So that's gonna give me some few weeks more with a little bit less work to do, which is gonna be fine. I mean, I love the course and the classes, but also put so much work. So it's gonna be nice to be able to relax a little bit these weeks. By the way, is any of you, I mean, it's a little bit, maybe not as heated anymore, but is any of you aware or following this thing with the crypto art? And if so, what are your thoughts about it? I'm curious. All the heated discussions and drama that is happening. Pontus, all right, okay. Yeah, I know. It can be very draining. Are you gonna try the Necromunda game? Jaime Davila for the Omnisaya. Yes. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Pontus, yes, the shooter. Fimbulk, thank you. Very kind. Thanks. Ah, you meant, oh, well. you probably meant the Necromunda game. Yeah. Cell center bastard, I am. Yeah, it does. Looks very nice. But like always, I mean, I think it looks promising, but like always, it's good to be cautious and see. Because everything, I mean, trailers can always be so deceiving. So it might look fantastic, but then it happens that it's kind of boring. I don't know. I think it looks fantastic, and I hope for the best. But at least for me, it's like we'll see. I'm cautious because the studio that is making it is the same one from Space Hulk, and it's a very different game. And Space Hulk, it's not. It has many flaws as a game. So yeah, I hope it's fantastic. I really do, but yeah, we'll see. Pontus, yeah, same for me. Dark Tide is definitely my cup of tea. Yes. Of course, I mean, in terms of what the game is gonna be, I have no idea about the Necromunda one because I'm not involved with it. But on the other hand, I'm involved with Dark Tide, and as far as the things that I know, because of course I have a very limited scope of the things that are available to me in the project, especially since I work from home and everything. But the things that I know of, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, when painting this guy, I feel so strongly for playing the Mechanicus soundtrack, the Mechanicus game, because it's so good and so fitting, obviously. But I'm not gonna do it because of the copyright strikes. Yeah, Pontus. Yeah, exactly. The thing, I mean, I have to. There is two aspects to my doubts. One is the fact that the Space Hulk game had many flaws. And the second one is that you could say, okay, maybe they do Space Hulk 2 and they have learned from the previous mistakes, but they build upon that experience. But they are doing a completely different type of game. So my question is, do they have the expertise? Do they have the how to do that type of game? So yeah, we'll see. Because I don't think it's that easy to make a single player first person shooter. To make it fun and compelling. Doganart, hi, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you. But yeah, once again, it looks very promising. Everything looks pretty cool and fun. But yeah, I still a little bit cautious. Jaime, thank you. Yeah, I agree. I think it looks pretty creepy. I actually went for this almost immediately on the very beginning. I made the face, the full head, but I knew that okay, I want to put a lot of focus into the design of the head and how to make it very creepy. And I started to make different cuts in the face, and I thought like, yeah, that's it. It has to be something of that kind that kind of breaks those familiar human anatomy shapes, right, that we are used to. And as soon as you break certain things, it immediately looks very rejecting. And I think one of those is the lower jaw. If you remove that, it looks so weird. So yeah, happy that you like it. Mm-hmm. Something like that. I think this could do for the Servoskull. Thanks, man. Pontus, have a good one. Thanks for joining in. Take care. I actually saw Gregor today. But yeah, take care, man. Well, guys, you are still very shy when it comes to proposing a name for this guy. We should. Yeah, I want to add some few more details into the head. Let's see. And also I need to work a little bit more into the servo arm. Okay. It was kind of fun doing this online event where I was giving a lecture today. I have done several. I've been a speaker in different conferences and events live before, and it's always you always get a little bit nervous when you have to speak in front of a lot of people. But the funny thing is that in these online events, even though you are not in front of the people, you could say that you are still could arguably be more comfortable because you're at home. I still got a little bit nervous. I don't understand why. I still need to do some more live events like this to get more comfortable. And yeah, and to me it's definitely strange because as a musician and have playing in concerts live, and so I have the experience of being exposed in front of people and being like there, but still I don't know, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. Thimble, really? Ah, that is strange. How is that? Is it because you feel that you can hide among so many people, or because of course if I'm in a group, then of course it's totally fine, but to me the issue is I'm the one standing there alone in front of a lot of people. That's what is challenging for me still. All right, Filmolk. That's nice. May I ask, how do you end up on stage normally? Are you a musician or some teacher, or what do you do in order to end up in a stage? Oh, Cantabrian. That is a nice name. I like it. That actually feels like it could be a designation of his posting. Officio Audiorium. Oh, wow. Hello, man. What an honor to have you here. How are you doing? For those of you that don't know, and especially more relevant for those of you that are fans of 40K, Mr. Officio Audiorum has an awesome channel on YouTube, maybe somewhere else, and he makes fan-made music inspired on Warhammer 40K, and it is awesome. It is fantastic. So I definitely encourage you to go and check his channel on YouTube because it is awesome. Well, man, the honor is mine. I'm very happy that you are here. Are you working in any new track? Anything that you can share? Chris, Sheffer, sorry, I totally miss you. Hello, welcome to the stream. And from Hungary, nice. Thanks a lot. Yeah, you can try to steal them. Can try. But I will be, but you don't need to steal them. You know, I'm happy to share. I don't know if you would say it in this context, but igishigadre. Official audio room. I make you blush. Come on. I'm sure I'm not the first one. Aha, and you are Hungarian as well. Okay, I didn't know. Well, but I'm happy for you that you are busy. Nice. That's fantastic to hear. Film bulk. All right. Okay. Okay. So it's very similar to what I do then when it comes to these lectures and conferences or events. Nice. And I'm just very curious. What type of things do you are your lectures about? or presentations. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, to be honest, the values are a little bit off. There are certain parts that are, yeah, a certain part that are a little bit too dark for where they are. So it's a little bit offset, in my opinion. But overall, I'm happy with the lighting. Officio. I'm gonna just call you Officio because if I have to say Officio Audiorum all the time, I don't know why Audiorum sounds. It is a little bit difficult for me to pronounce. I don't know if that is okay with you. I will call you Officio. Officio. All right, or Robert. That's even better. Also, now I just remember I need to add certain purity seals somewhere. Chris, if you can ask for a little advice, of course. Go ahead, shoot. Come on, cowboy, shoot. I don't know if you have noticed already, but I'm I'm jumping all over the place. I do a little bit here, then I go here, and then I go back here and there. And I'm doing that very much on purpose because by doing like that, I avoid of getting absorbed by a very tiny section of the, in this case, design. And I force myself to see the whole image as a whole. So not to lose perspective of the whole image. Also, I don't know if you have noticed, but I'm not adding anything that could be or could resemble a weapon. That's something that I that I was very keen when I started doing this character, and is that I wanted to do something that is not engaged for violence or I mean, we get so much of that already in everything related with 40K. So I'm always, in the latest years, I'm more and more driven and interested into exploring the civilian side of the 40K universe. Because since everything is so much, obviously, since it's a war game, focus into the military and combat and all that it's leaving such a huge vacuum of the civilian side of things. That's why, for instance, in a lot of the novels where they describe things of the everyday life and stuff like that, I really, really, really dig it. That's one of the reasons why I'm such a big fan, for instance, of Dan Abnett and his novels, because he really dig deep into that side of the universe as well. And in a way that fits perfectly also with this militaristic civilization, in a way that makes sense. Robert or Officio. Yeah, it is very easy to get lost into the details. Yes. Oh wow, we have a new follower. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the following. Much appreciated. It's kind of nice to see sometimes to be able to use that animation that I did of that character, pixel animation. I have more in store, but for other things. But since I still cannot do much with alerts, because I don't want to do more things on Twitch in that regard. But it would be nice to be able to add a little bit more of other types of alerts with my Space Pirates. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, anyway, thanks a lot for the follow. Dislocated Design, hello, good evening. Thanks for joining in. Nice to see you back. Thank you. I'm glad that you like them. I like them as well. It had this kind of, I don't know how to put it, a little bit more analog type of vibe to the design. I'm actually pretty proud of this small detail here. I think it's pretty cool. I agree. So yeah, I'm very happy that you noticed. Officio, yeah, totally. The Eisenhorn novels for that, they are fantastic. And I don't know if you have read any of the other novels, the Ravenor or the short stories, the Magos short stories compilations, also from Dan Abnett, or these other ones with Elizabeth Beckwin trilogy. It's even more, and I like it so much. It's so refreshing to see that not everything is cut the same way as people tend to think, because obviously all the designs that we normally get are from a very narrow window to this universe, which is insanely big. and I don't know. This is, I mean, from a perspective of somebody that works within the industry of designing new things, and in this case with 40K, and to understand the difference in mindset of people that are that look at the game or the universe, and they just don't give a thought into thinking that everything that is given is just a very tiny representation of what there is there. Let's say, I don't know, Imperial Guard regiments. Everybody's so focused and always talk about the same regiments, you know, the Death Creek, Cadia, Tayarn, I mean, you name it, there are some few. And when those regiments, they might be famous or whatever, but it's going to be such a tiny percentage of many of the types that are going to be extremely different looking. And so it's very how could I say, interesting to see the skewed perception that some fans have of the universe. That everything seems to go through very determined ways, because that's what you are shown on the books, on the or the armies on the game. So that is why I personally find so compelling and attractive when other artists, in this case writers, they expand the universe in such a interesting way. They go beyond what we are normally exposed to in this universe, and still make it work and show that this universe is insanely diverse. That not every single planet is going to be mad in terms of oppression for the people. There are certainly going to be many of those. But at the same time, if everything was like that, nothing would make sense. It wouldn't work. So you need an equilibrium. And if you are trying to construct a grounded universe, you need to do that. Yeah. So as mad as this universe is in so many ways, people need to understand that those representations are kind of the icons, but that doesn't mean that everything is the same. Oh wow, what is this? Another follower. Wow, thanks Infernal Brush for the follow. Thanks, much appreciated. What? Somebody else? What is this? What is this madness? Thank you for the follow. Wow. What what is this madness? Thanks a lot everybody for joining. Thanks to the stream. Thank you for joining. What the hell? Halvaking Tom, thanks for the follow as well. Wow. Is this a raid? Wow. I think this is my first raid. Well, not, sorry. But yeah, not with so many people joining. Thanks everybody for joining. It is very nice. Thank you everybody. I'm not used to this amount of people joining the chat. So sorry if I'm missing some of you, but yeah, thanks a lot. I am just to put a little bit of context to what I'm doing. So I'm doing Warhammer 40k fan art piece. Hello, thanks for the follow, Wildrich Miniature Art. Thanks. So yes, I'm doing fan art piece. What? Not an ad. Thanks for the follow as well. Thank you guys. This is great. So yes, as I was trying to say, I'm doing Warhammer 40k fan art piece. Tech Priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Red Planet painting. Thanks a lot for the follow. Welcome to the stream. By the names, I'm guessing that all of you are into painting miniatures. Am I correct or just completely out of the loop? Infernal Brush did the raid. All right. Well, Infernal Brush, thanks a lot for the raid. Much, much appreciated. That is very, very nice of you. All right, nice. So painting a 40k orc. Cool. Orcs are very, very fun to paint. I really, really enjoy painting orcs. Well, but yeah, Infernal Brush, that is very nice of you with the raid. Much appreciated. I hope that you had a great stream. And it would be nice to, if you want to share a link of what you were doing or to your channel, please do for the people on that were here before your raid, so they know about it. But yeah, it would be nice to see also. I would love to see that orc. Dav himself. All right, nice. You are painting as well. That is fantastic. That is kind of the point of this stream, of everybody that joins, that we are all kind of hanging out, talking, chilling, and painting at the same time. So that is awesome. Max Fale, I normally actually work directly with colors. So this is going to be black and white, or I started with that in mind. Thanks for the follow. I kind of missed the name. But yeah, thanks for the follow. But yeah, Max Fale, I normally I tend to work directly with colors. I like it more that way. And in this case, precisely because I normally start always with colors, I thought, it would be nice to do something in black and white for the change. So yeah, there you go. Cantabrian, yes, totally. Yes, this is it's been a mad raid, totally. Dislocated design, all right, it's on scenery. That is fantastic. Back in my time when I used to do that, I really enjoyed it as well. Infernal Brush. All right. So I was okay. So I wasn't that far. Okay. So you were painting an actual orc miniature. All right. Okay. Well, but anyway, thanks a lot for the raid. It's much appreciated. Yeah, when I meant that I like to paint orcs is painting this way. I never collected orcs. I always been a Space Marine or Imperial Guard collector or Chaos, but yeah. I have actually never paint any orc miniature. Martin paints. Well, thanks a lot for recommending the channel. Officio Audiorum. Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I can try just to give an overlay layer on top of it just to see what happens. I'm definitely not. It's not set in stone that this will remain black and white, but at least I started working on it, thinking of it as such. But yeah, I mean, yeah, if I end up with the correct values, then I definitely should work if I start to apply some colors on it. Dislocated design, yeah, I got that. You meant the Viking longboats. Dislocated design. We were actually talking about it before. So I'm very curious about it. I think it looks fantastic so far. Very promising, and I really hope that is actually very good. But I was saying that at the same time, well, normally, even if I might be very hyped for some game, since I work in the industry, I know how things are, and I normally never get into the hype trains ever. And if I do, it's always with caution, because yeah. And in this is a little bit this case as well, because the studio that is working on it, they did the Space Hulk game, which I think is a good game, but it had a lot of flaws. It was far from a perfect game. Of course, this is very, very, very personal opinion, all right? So I'm not saying that I'm right, just my personal opinion. So yeah, it had many flaws. So I'm kind of surprised that they went with this type of project, because what I would expect is that they would do another, let's say, Space Hulk 2, and they would learn from the previous experience with the first game and reiterate that concept of game in a better version, which actually that's normally what happens. In the first game, you might not have time enough to flesh out some mechanics of a gameplay or something. So that is normally why the second game of a series normally is a better game, because the first projects provide that experience, and it's like a test ground, so to speak. So that's kind of what I would be expecting, but they have not done it, and instead they have gone to some type of game that is very, very, very different from Space Hulk. I'm talking in terms of game genre, not not universe, or yeah. So I'm excited. Once again, I think it looks very promising, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. How about you? By the way, the located design. What are your thoughts about it? I mean, for example, the Space Hulk game, I'd enjoyed it, but in some cases I thought it was a little bit boring after a while. And yeah, making a single player SPS, it is not easy to maintain the fun, and also, and depending on also how long it is, and the replayability. Yeah, so there are many issues there, and so it's a very different type of game, at least from what they seems to show on the trailer. But yeah, I'm excited, but cautious at the same time. On the other hand, as a Warhammer fan, the more the better. I mean, in terms of projects and games in the 40k universe. So I think it is fantastic news that they are working on it. Autobotos, hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Glad to see you back. Dislocated design, yes, exactly. The first person shooter Space Hulk. So it is the same studio. So that's why I was quite surprised that they were doing a completely different type of game. Jaime Davila, I made a 40k erotic fan art this week, and I was wondering, as a professional artist, what is your opinion on making NSFB? You know, I'm gonna sound like an old fart here, but I have no idea what is an NSFW artwork. It is erotic. It's in terms erotic or sexual thing. As you paint, thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, and welcome to the stream. Just explain to me, so and then I can so I know what I'm answering to. What is NSFV? Dislocated design. All right, I see. Okay. I'm into FPS games. It has always been one of those genres that I always enjoy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it's not the same thing. That would be more like the Space Marines, right? Or a game. That's also such a shame that they didn't follow up with that game and improving the concept, because as far as I know, that project was they didn't put too much budget into doing it, and it really shows in many things. And was surprised that they just left it there when it was actually a very, very, very good game. Officio Audiorum, yeah. Deathwind is the Space Hulk game, yes. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Officio Audiorum, about Deathwind. Yes, I'm such an innocent, kind soul, you know. Aha, all right. Not safe for work. All right, all right. Well, I have nothing against it, really. I think it's all good. I mean, making an opinion in such a general thing is very difficult, because I think, of course, it's gonna depend from specific illustration to illustration and the context. So I have absolutely nothing against erotic artwork. I don't know if you are aware, but as a matter of fact, I've been part of the hardcover books, the first one and second one. If you don't know about them, so it's precisely that. It's we came together, a big bunch of professional artists, to create an art book that was erotic, but not just erotic, but straightforward, explicit, as some kind of response to the trend of censorship in social media towards any type of erotic or even nudity in art in social media. So yeah, I think it's fine. I have nothing against that. Then perhaps where I can see why, of course, I'm generalizing, and I'm not sure. It is difficult to kind of be accurate with these type of answers, but I can see why in some cases some people might have some issues with it. For example, if everything turns about, I don't know, showing, let's say, always woman, about how do you say, objectifying woman, right? As as a um, as a pattern always. So, but of course, it is difficult to say once again, because yeah, I mean, if it's about erotism and you are straight, then of course you are gonna paint a naked woman or sexy or whatever. But I see also the a good point into these falling into these traps of ending up objectifying and things of that kind. But once again, it always depends on the context and so I don't know. Overall, I have absolutely nothing against erotic art at all. I think it's totally fine. And especially if it's fan art, so just do whatever you please. I mean, since it was such a general and vague question, if I think for instance in terms of the Sisters of Battle and how they are portrayed in many of very commonly in fan art as very sexual and sexy and stuff. Once again, as a creative thing on your own, you just do whatever you please, right? It's totally fine. Now, I personally, as a trend, I mean, I can understand somebody, an individual, decide to do one, and it's why not? But what I see, or what I start not to like it so much, is when it starts to become a trend, because it's once again, it's like you have a single faction in this universe which is only female, right? And people just go and into sexualizing it. It's just like, really, I don't know. It's a little bit, I don't know, boring and pointless for me. But again, it's very personal thing. So yeah, you do whatever you want. So it is fine. But in this case, I mean, the Sisters of Battles, I think they are such a badass concept of faction and characters, and it's nothing like that. So I think it's such a misrepresentation, and I personally don't like it. But again, that is me. Dislocated design, freedom of expression versus context, I suppose. Yeah, so I mean, it's all this type of subject is very, very difficult to talk in such a broad terms and without talking about something specific, because at the end, everything depends from case to case. So yeah. Kabeski. Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Officio Audiorum. I think that is a very, very fair point. Once again, if you don't like it, don't look at it, and that's it. I mean, of course, everybody everybody's free to share their opinion, right? So that, I think that is also fair. But but certainly, I think when it comes to creative expression and artistic adventures and being creative, I think there should be absolute freedom to do whatever you please, and And yeah, and nobody should be telling you what you should or you should not. Dislocated design. This thing with ideology, idea. Oh my god! Sorry, with my bad pronunciation. Sorry, I'm super tired. Like I said, I slept 3 hours today, so I'm very tired. I'm barely functioning. With idealization, yet in comics, are you referring to the Sister of Battles, or what are you talking about? Kabelsky, yeah. You came right on the on the best moment. All right, yeah. So you were talking about that. All right. So yes and no. Once again, I mean, here we fall into the danger of generalizing, and you might be referring to with talking with an image in mind, and I might be talking about another type of image in mind, and they are going to be completely different. So it's very it's difficult to to talk this way. But in general terms, what I mean that I don't like this sexualization or of the Sisters of Battles, of how they are depicted, is I'm totally fine with the Sisters of Battles to show one that might be even attractive or have curves or whatever. I mean, at the end, it's just. But this but this universe is not about idealization. It's about grimdark. It's completely against the spirit of these characters, the Sisters of Battles. They are not there to look sexy. They are there to look badass warriors. Still, they can have the armor how they have it, but if a difference is, for instance, okay, let me 1 second. Let me change the screen so I can open a picture, so I don't show NDA stuff. All right, let's see. Okay, so I did this Sister of Battle. So you could say, yeah, she has curves. She's a woman, and yeah. There is a difference between, of course, maybe she's not that attractive. I don't know. I guess that depends from person to person. I didn't paint her with that in mind. But let's say that she, in this case, it was a very young, beautiful woman. And then when I have an issue is that, okay, still she would have the same pose. She's looking like a warrior. She's, is irradiating this idea that she's a tough and hardened warrior. Sarah Beth, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. But when I have an issue, personally, and again, we are generalizing and it depends from case to case, but just for the sake of the example, if we take this same good-looking Sister of Battle, but instead it is shown like, you know, pressing the breast and showing the ass, and with the face like doing like this with a very sexualized pose and everything, it just I don't think that is I don't like it, because it's just completely against the spirit and the original narrative intent of the faction and what they are supposed to be. So that is the issue that I have. Of course, if somebody just for the sake of it wants to do that, and it's fine. Once again, everybody can do whatever they want. So yeah. But in the context of what I was saying, in those cases where I personally don't like it, it is kind of a shame that it has to fall into that as well, because it's not one version of that you see. I see so many fan art pieces of Sister of Battle where it's just sexualized female body imbued into a Sister of Battle armor. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. And also to one more, I mean, to reiterate, I have nothing against erotic art or more sexualized or even how do you say, explicit art in that way. I participated in those 2 projects for the right to be able to do that without being censored in social media. But yeah, I think there is that danger of falling into this of objectifying as well. But yeah, sorry, I'm just repeating myself like a broken record. Everything depends from case to case, and it's very difficult to generalize. So yeah. And okay, Jaime Davila, also, like you guys some of you are referring to that some people is the only way to to make some money out of it. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, once again, I think it's great, and if they can make some money with it, and there's definitely a big audience for that, and that they like it, is great. Yes. Yeah, Gabeski, exactly. That's kind of the sensible fiber that I have in terms with the Sisters of Battle. That is just so cheap, you know. In that sense, you have one single only female faction, and it has to fall into that. at the same time, is understandable as well. There is a lot of young people getting into this hobby, and yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised, but I don't like it. Oficial Audiorum, yes, you are actually hearing a fireplace in the background. Yes. Cantabrian, yeah, awesome. Yeah, that is great. Yeah, I think that's what this faction is about, is female warriors, and even if you think about it, they are nuns. It's like the female version of a Templar, right? Is warrior nuns, so there shouldn't be any sexual about them. Of course, then obviously, if you get into this erotic realm of things, then of course you have all these niches about nuns and stuff. But yeah, you get what I mean. Dislocated design, yeah, I got what you meant in terms of idealization. And yeah, I mean, comic books in that sense are, yeah, they are insane. Which I remember being a teenager, I really enjoyed. But at the same time, if you think about it with a little bit more adult look, I think it is a shame that all the bodies, both ways of male and female, are so idolized. I would love to see other types of anatomies and body types that can actually also look pretty cool, but it is what it is, I guess. Kabeski, yes, yeah. I in Games Workshop, the the dream team they have of illustrators, they are doing an awesome job to depict them in that way. Oops. And funny enough, I see a trend, nevertheless, that normally they, in one way or another, they tend to fall into looking on being good looking. There is, I don't think I have ever seen any sister battle that is actually ugly. So yeah, I think that is kind of funny, but hey Luis, hello man, welcome back. How are you doing? Fantastic to have you here. So here we are, just continuing with our tech priest and talking about very interesting topic. We have touched several this time that I'm really enjoying. That being said, if you are still here, thanks and have a good one. Hope that you can catch up next time. Jaime Davila. So okay, okay, cool. A neat female inquisitor in her chambers. Yeah, but I mean, again, it's if we go one by one, and the context and intention of what this piece has made for, and I don't have either any issue. Let's say you say that in your case, in your piece, she's not sexualized at all. Well, even if she was sexualized, if the intention was making something actual sexual and attractive, and what is wrong with that at the same time, right? I mean, people also have sex, right? And both sides, it's okay to be sexual and attractive in that sense. So I don't think there is anything wrong with that. It's when it becomes a pattern, when always the women are the ones that are sexualized, then is when I think there is an issue. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely can appreciate erotic piece or even sexual. Yeah, it's yeah. Dislocated design. In the far future, there is only monasteries and convents, and not cute. Yes, exactly. Yeah, there is no room for fun. Lucius. Yes. Cantabrian. So somebody actually complained that she looked like a man. But you should have asked what he meant or she meant. Luis, thanks a lot, man. Much appreciated. Kabeski, nowadays they have gone about making them, well, not ugly, but definitely not made to be attractive or pretty. Just natural and kept aesthetics. Not beautiful, not ugly, just normal. As a matter of fact, so many people complain that the new Sister Bottle mods have ugly faces. Yes, yeah, totally, yes. And I love it. I think it's perfect. But still, I would argue that even in the illustrations, even if they are not just trying to be beautiful, still the factions and the faces are kind of attractive, I think, or good looking. But I don't think there is anything wrong. I just think that is kind of cute in some sense. I still, like I said, I still haven't seen a single illustration where they actually look ugly, like an ugly face, like a lot of scars and hardened and all of that, which is awesome. But yeah, or even the older, also they tend to all be very young, which, I mean, you could argue that perhaps is more common because they don't get to be old because they die sooner or later since they are not space marines. So that could be argued. Yeah, the penitent engine. Yeah, that is a cool concept. And Gabeski, yeah, I think if you are referring to their faces and everything, I think that's makes total sense. I think, yeah. But you see, I think I'm just as an observation. I think it is interesting, and perhaps it's just because it's another iteration in a evolution, so to speak, where we don't get that, for example, with any other faction where there are men, right? So you have plenty of characters of guys that are just very ugly guys, and that is not a problem for marketing purposes. So I still think that they they are kind of dragging a little bit of these old school trends, because they are female and there are so many male hobbyists. So yeah, let's make them at least a little bit more appealing. But once again, I think where they are at the moment, I think it's perfect. Or, well, maybe not perfect, but it's very, very good. And I mean, I'm just not criticizing at this point. I'm just like making observations and thinking about it with you guys now. So yeah. Jaime Davila, yeah, I think there are some depictions out there where they are very seriously scarred. I mean, and another thing that why I don't like these sexualized depictions. I mean, when it's just focusing on the sexual aspect of a female, in this case, the sororitas, right? But if you think about it, they are not only warrior nuns, but they are supposed to be extremely elite warriors. They are la creme de la creme. It's they are supposed to be over the top, good, military trained and hardened. I mean, they are super elite. it's kind of a little bit like it's kind of funny because somebody at some point mentioned it with my with my Cicero battle illustration. Somebody said that she reminded him or her of Brienne from Game of Thrones. And it was completely unintentional from my part. But actually, that's kind of what without thinking of it, but that's kind of the direction that I was going for, because I haven't seen a Cicero battle in that way. They are always pretty young and yeah. So I kind of miss a little bit of that more rough and ugly female warrior. Because I mean, there's like in any other type of female warrior type of archetype that you see around, it feels sometimes that you want to be a female warrior, you need to be hot, right? Like you're ugly, doesn't, I mean, you are super skillful with the sword, but you're ugly. No, sorry, you cannot be a warrior. you have to be very, very hot. Yeah, it's kind of funny because it was completely unintentional, but once they mention it, it's like, oh shit, actually that is true. But yeah, I'm actually pretty. This is one of these rare occasions where I'm actually pretty happy with the results. With Sister Constance, I think she looks pretty badass. And the best is that we did it in on the stream, so yeah, that's even this an extra plus in it. Oh yes, Cantabrian. Such a great character. The mama from the Dread film. And I mean, of course, I mean the actress. She's a very beautiful actress. And again, of course, there is absolutely nothing wrong with beautiful people, but but yeah, that character in the film, I think, is fantastic because there is nothing focused about beauty driven, or I mean, she's like very much disfigured on the face. She's some missing teeth, right, or something like that. Or I mean, she looks awesome. I really, really, really dig that character. It's fantastic. It's yeah. Well, what can I say, Cantabrian? I'm really looking forward to see what you do with it. Dislocated design. Yeah, very scary character. Officio Audiorum. All right, man. Thanks a lot for joining in. It was quite a surprise, but fantastic. And I want to insist for the rest of you guys that don't know about him, check his YouTube channel. He does amazing music for 40K. It is fantastic. So definitely go and check his channel. But yeah, thanks a lot for joining in, and good night. Kabeski, yes. Yeah, boof. Yeah, of course, I don't know if some of you guys work in video games or not. But in my own experience, I had so many heated discussions at work about these subjects with and designing NPCs and stuff like that. Yeah. It is, yeah. One day I will talk about those type of things that goes behind doors. But yeah, sometimes what is the time? Well, I actually think I'm gonna leave it here, guys, as well, because as I said, I just slept 3 hours today, and I'm kind of done. Even though I really enjoyed quite a lot today's stream. It's been actually awesome with this fantastic raid and talking about all these cool subjects. Yeah, you go as well, Dislocated. All right, so yeah, take care and thanks for joining in. But yeah, guys, so I think, well, once again, we didn't finish the character. We'll see if I manage to finish doing outside the stream. But yes, thanks a lot for joining in. It's been great fun. Next week, yeah, everything will be as always. So yeah, next stream will be Saturday as always. So yes, have a great weekend and rest of the coming week. Take care, stay safe and healthy with all this craziness, and see you next week. Peace. And remember about checking the Dark Ant YouTube channel, where they will share, if not tomorrow or after tomorrow, all the lectures from the event from today, which are awesome. And also a tiny lecture I did myself as well in there. So yes, if you are interested into art and the industry or in the entertainment, and oh my goodness, you see how tired I am in the entertainment industry, then you definitely should check the lectures, because they are fantastic. Some of them are just very, very good. All right, guys, take care, and until next time. Bye-bye.